Hey, how you doing? It's time to get to Moho, isn't it? So I already used all the manual ways of traveling, and now I think I can afford a little bit of a cheating. First of all, I will use atomic rocket engine, and secondly, I will refuel on the surface of Moho. I'm not going to explain everything in details, I will just stop on something special. First of all, this engine uses only liquid fuel, and for some reason I had to use this external fuel duct because the engine is mounted on top of the landing can and we have two decouplers on the way, and yes, there is an option to enable disable crossfeed here and here, but for some reason sometimes it still doesn't work, but so pay attention to this. Secondly, this engine is quite hot, and Moho is really close to sun, so you have to somehow cool your vehicle. So this is why I equip some radiators, and the radiators here as well, because convertatron and drills also produce some, well, quite big amount of heat. And this is it. Then, then I'd like to comment on this big stage. As you can see, it offers like 5,000 meters per second, and in the end the thrust to weight ratio is close to 5. On Moho it's even bigger. Why do I need this? Why don't I separate it into two stages with lower thrust to weight ratio? Well, I want to use the same tank for getting out of Kerbal low orbit and braking near the Moho. And since Moho has a really low orbit, sun orbit I mean, it moves really fast, and the relative speed between our spaceship and the Moho is quite big, so we have to invest quite much delta V to brake there. And in addition, since we have quite big speed, we don't have that much time to actually brake near the Moho, so there is no chance to use something like this for braking there. And I just wanted to have really great thrust to weight ratio near the Moho to efficiently brake near the periapsis. Yeah, this is why. And the last thing is only a booster to get to Kerbal low orbit. So the price of the spaceship is quite the same that we used to get to ELO, despite we need way more delta V to get to Moho. So let's go and pick the time for departure. Let's plot it. Yeah, the transfer window is not that early, so let's zoom it to year 11, day 44 to year 11, day 115. As you see, I can even zoom a little bit closer to year, and here is day 95. The transfer window is quite narrow, so I mean the vertical distance. It tells me that we don't have that many variants of trajectory which we used to get to Moho. And by the way, the width of the window is not that big as well, so it is 84 days, 293, so it's 9 days. We don't have that much time to to correct our mistakes if we make them, so pay attention to this. So now I add alarm, warp and start. Well, I already tested this spaceship without any ascending autopilots. It works well, but if we use this, we can save additional like 2 or 300 meters per second delta V. It doesn't matter whether we use it or not, but I just wanted to show it to you. So, thanks to the difference between Kerbin's and real-life Earth's atmosphere, we can start turning to horizon way earlier than we can do it in real life. Because the atmosphere is not that high and not that dense, you know. And here is the mod. It just calculates the perfect moment for beginning of the turn, but if you have quite a big vehicle, you can adjust some things yourself. We will start turning when we have velocity of 120 meters per second. Turn angle will be even a little bit higher because we can afford it. This is the time which is hold it, oh, whatever, to apoapsis. I will explain it a little bit later. This is the target altitude, roll inclination, and pressure cutoff. So, no auto staging. Let's show stats. Maybe interesting. And we start. So, what we will have here. When we reach 120 meters per second velocity, our vehicle will start turn on this angle, you know, and will continue turning while getting higher. When time to our apoapsis is 50 seconds, computer will lower the throttle, the thrust, to keep time to apoapsis 50 seconds. So our burn with the use of this technique will be more efficient. But it will do this only, lowering the thrust, if the pressure is lower than 1200, so aerodynamic forces don't crush our vehicle. Now look at this, 120. Oh. And I'm not doing anything. We started turning. Okay, now I will fast forward to 50 seconds to our process. Let's see, 50 seconds and thrust is being lowered, and it will keep it around 50 seconds. Right in the end it will go higher, so we will have time to adjust our periapsis height to make a maneuver node or whatever, because the only thing we input here is apoapsis height. It doesn't say anything about periapsis, so we can choose it ourselves. And by the way, if you are watching this graph, the angle becomes lower and lower because the turning angle grows up and up, so we travel more in horizontal direction than in vertical. And with the use of this, we have our periapsis not that low as I usually have when I reach apoapsis. here we are. So our total burn is 3500, which is really close to what is written on the metro map. So now we exit the atmosphere, we make maneuver node to rise the periapsis, and we'll meet there. Nice. We have quite good orbit, and procedure of traveling is quite similar to the one we used to get to Ilo, but there is a little difference. What I mean, let me show it. We start burning. Oh, okay. First of all, I have to get rid of these things. Enable another stage. Okay. So, what is the difference? We travel somewhere in that direction, and we have a periapsis near the descending node, as usual. But here is the difference. Unfortunately, it is not shown here. I mean the periapsis and apoapsis of the Moho. But you can see that these points are really close to ascending-descending nodes between the orbit of Kerbal and the Moho. When we traveled to Ilo, ascending-descending nodes were here, so perpendicular to the current situation. And there was no difference where we traveled to ascending or descending node. Now, a difference exists. So what is the difference? Imagine that we travel from here to descending node. The orbit here is lower, closer to the sun, which means that we have to invest more fuel here to brake, to lower our own periapsis to the orbit of Moho. If we are here and we are trying to lower periapsis here to ascending node, we have to invest lower amount of fuel. So why don't we do that? Because the second thing we have to take into account is the relative speed between our spaceship and the Moho. Here is the Moho's periapsis. So here it is faster than in apoapsis. And since we are lowering only periapsis, our own, while apoapsis is still on the orbit of Kerbal, then we, in our periapsis, have way higher speed than Moho. So take it into account that here we have to brake less to match the speed between our ship and the Moho than here, because here Moho is slower and the relative speed between our ship and Moho is even higher. So yes, it is definitely possible anyway, but I prefer to do it here. Now I just maneuver and we go. I suppose this is enough, because unfortunately we have this stupid moon on the way. And yeah, I cannot manipulate that good with time of departure, but this is okay. I mean, separation of 35 megameters is okay, because anyway our mistake while burning will be quite the same, like to 50 megameters, and I will anyway have to make an adjustment burn after I am on the solar orbit. And yeah, let's pass the stupid moon and make adjustment there. It's not a big deal, because we are close enough anyway. Okay, our separation is, yeah, as I said, like around 50-60 megameters away from initial maneuver numbers. But it's okay, it's okay. Not a big deal, you see, only 25 meters per second. Yes, we make this adjustment, and when we are somewhere here, we will make the final adjustment to lower the periapsis around or near the Moho. Just watching the periapsis in real life, we have a vector, and the amount of delta V we'll choose manually. This is great. Our periapsis is 87. Can we warp here? Fortunately we can't. What if we do this? Okay, we can get here. Here we are. Let's quick save and quick load to return focus to our ship, because for some reason it's still not working. Yeah. Here we are. What we have to do is to circularize. You see how much delta P we have to invest. Mostly from the 5th stage, and it's definitely enough to make an orbit around Moho, so I don't use the 3rd stage, only 5th, and then I will use my utility atomic engine to land. So here we are. Goodbye, my big stage. So let's get away with it. And now I use this stage. And I don't need it, honestly. I can use prograde marker instead. I mean, I wanted to switch to the guidance unit. Control, but it's okay. Anyway, I think we can possibly land here. We'll see. I'd like to check out the black surface. Yeah, I had to load because we landed on a slope. Let's land with the use of translatron module of MedJet mod. Let's make it keep 25 meters per second negative. Great. This time it's okay. We go EVA. We boarded. Now, next extend all drills and start all drills. So we are getting liquid fuel and oxidizer now. By the way, you can warp and production will still work, but always keep an eye on your heat, because when you warp, physics change, and whatever you use, in some speeds you can just explode your ship. And yes, so we are getting everything, and I will make a cut for you. Now we are fine. We have both liquid fuel and oxidizer. We stop all drills, retract them. Okay, here everything is stopped. We make a save. Now we take off, and when I take off, I will separate this thing and leave it here on the surface of Moho, so I don't carry unnecessary mass with me. And now we control not from the landing can, or how is it called? Yes, lander can, but from this guidance unit. Really useful. Okay, now we have to choose the time when we go to Kerbal. Let's see. The best spot is here, 4200, but here we have 4200 as well. Why don't... because of this difference? I mean, it's only 10 meters per second. Why do we have to wait for that long? Let's zoom. Year 11, day 372. Year 12, day 5. Okay, let's plot it. Oh, the transfer window is really narrow here. It is only 3 days? Really? And mistake can be crucial. Oh my. I think it's a really nice challenge. Let's zoom it even closer. 402 to 4078. Okay. Okay. So we need to start exactly here. Year 11, day 403. All right, let's see. Why is it that difficult? Now, when we have only one stage left, we are capable of using this engine with really low thrust-to-weight ratio. And by the way, if you are a rookie, you can consider adding more engines to get better thrust-to-weight ratio. But when it comes to this particular engine, this way just doesn't work because it is really weak, and at the same time it weighs very much, 6 or 8 tons, I don't remember, but yes, you get additional thrust, but you get additional weight as well. So you can install 2, 3, 4 of them, but you cannot both them, you know, it just doesn't work. Goodbye, Moho! It was a great time together. Let's check our orbit. Okay. Never mind. Where is the target? Yes, it's here. Oh, I want to look at you, my beautiful, beautiful green and blue home. No, you're still too far. Okay, let's see. Periapsis is... oh, it's okay. It's okay. So, we work closer. Show yourself. What's the button? Oh, okay. Oh, I see moon. Or Minmus. Or asteroid. What is that? Moon. Oh, great. Isn't it great? Okay. Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Our inclination is... oh. Shall we try to lower the inclination? Okay. Now, radial in. It's only for you, I prefer to look at this number. Oh, too much, sorry. And now, I think we will get this error with calculation. Let's see. So we had maneuver in periapsis and circularize. Yes, exactly. It says that we don't have enough delta V to perform the braking burn. But this mod clearly says that we have 2700 meters per second while we need only 21. How? What's the problem in comparing two numbers? What, how? I just... Where do we land? We can't land in Kerbal Space Center, so I think I will just go to the dark side and then try to land on the bright side, you know. I will just lower the periapsis, well, let's click save for sure, to like 40 kilometers and then land wherever we can. We go to here. We get rid of the engine. Engine, go away. Engine doesn't go away. Okay. Okay, then. This is the heat shield, so we decouple this. We still have the heat shield, okay. When we enter the atmosphere, these things will explode, but I don't need it. Okay, you fell off, finally. Oh, drag forces. Okay. Oh, we even get some electricity while being in the atmosphere. Hello, sun. Oops. Oh, don't risk it. Hello? Why? How? What? Ah, okay. It just broken. Didn't explode because of the temperature, but just destroyed by the drag forces. So, yeah, it was a quite nice journey, I have to say. Again, I made it quite easy. When we landed on Moho, we still had quite much delta V left, and if you make any mistakes with this kind of vehicle, you can easily correct them. Yes, it's a little bit difficult because of the Moho. Moho is the most difficult planet to get to. It's my opinion, but yeah, it's really manageable. And what I like about it is that for some reason, I don't know how it works on other computers, but here MacJeb maneuver planner, this just doesn't give a good trajectory to get to Moho and back. I tried it in like 10 or 15 transfer windows, and every time it worked not great. Sometimes it didn't work at all. And I like it. I like it because, yeah, everybody can travel with the help of autopilot. I prefer manual methods. Yes, I showed how to use it in my travel to Ilo, but I don't suggest using it because, yeah, manual way is better. And on the way back, we had quite much spare delta V as well. So you can even make some scientific experiments around the Moho, make on different altitudes and in different biomes, or you can bring a rover to visit different biomes, or, well, it's all up to you. I just showed you a basic principle of going there. I mean, that stage with a big amount of thrust to weight ratio and delta V, and refueling and usage of atomic rocket engine in the end. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful for rookies. Yes, for professional players, nothing that interesting. But for rookies, I really want to think that I helped someone. That was my goal. And next time we will travel to the last difficult planet in the game. It will be Eve, because it has really difficult atmosphere. It's really easy to land there, but taking off from Eve and returning back is not a real challenge. But yes, it's a challenge, and challenge accepted. Yeah, looking forward to it. See you next time. Goodbye, everyone.